Hello everyone, welcome back to Believer Science Academy, Bengaluru. This is the previous year question analysis and discussion. It is the road to 2025. So you want to attend the 2025 prelims, you have to analyze the previous year questions. We are already done with the 2024 previous year analysis. Now we are dealing with 2023 paper discussion. Okay, in 2023 we are already done with polity and history, and in today's class the discussion will be surrounding geography. Okay, so this geography was one of the most neglected subjects till 2022, but since 2022 there have been continuously more than 10 plus questions in every year, and in 2023 it is no different. There are total of 60 number of questions. Okay, 16 questions from geography. So it says tells that prelims is geography is very important from prelims perspective. Okay, so in geography, as we discussed in 2024, it includes human geography, biodiversity, it also includes economic geography, it also includes physical geography, etc. etc. Okay, so now we will have a discussion about 2023 geography paper. Now, so the first question from 2023 prelims regarding geography is, consider the following statements. Statement 1, Jhelum river passes through Ular Lake, Krishna river directly feeds into Kolera Lake, meandering of Gandak river formed Kanwar Lake. Okay, so here this is dealing with Indian geography. Okay, so you should have a basic idea about major rivers of India and major lakes formed by the rivers of India. So this question, statement 1 is right, because Ullor Lake, which is the second largest freshwater lake of Asia, it is situated or sited in the Bandipora district of Jammu and Kashmir, India, and the main source of water for Ullor Lake is the river Jhelum. Okay, Jhelum itself is a tributary of Indus. Before it falls into the tributary of Indus, it forms a lake which is called as Ullor Lake. This lake has also a small island in the center which is called as Zain Lanka. It was built by Zainul Abudin was a king belonged to Sharki dynasty. Okay, Sharki dynasty. He was famously known as Saint of Kashmir because of his pacifying measures. Okay, he abolished jizya, he established Zain Lanka, and he also conducted continuous yatras to Amarnath, etc., etc. So he fostered Hindu-Muslim unity. In this, okay, back to geography. This island was constructed by King Zainul Abidin. Okay, and statement 1 is correct. Ullor Lake is also said to be the remnant of Satisar Lake. Okay, Satisar Lake that existed in ancient times. The premises of this lake also form a popular sunset point. And second point, Kolleru Lake. Okay, Kolleru Lake is one of the largest freshwater lake in India, and it was designated as sanctuary in October 1999. It is situated between the Krishna and West Godavari districts of Andhra Pradesh state. Okay, Krishna and West Godavari districts of Andhra Pradesh. But the Krishna river does not directly feed into the Kolleru Lake. Okay, so the Kolleru Lake is fed by two seasonal rivers, that is Budameru and Tammileru, which are in turn tributaries of Krishna. Okay, so the Krishna river directly does not feed into Kolleru Lake, but the tributaries of Krishna feed into the Kolleru Lake. So statement 2 is incorrect. Okay, third one is, the meandering of Gandak river did not form the Kanwar Lake. Kanwar Lake is a freshwater oxbow lake located on the Begusarai districts of Bihar. Okay, if you know what is meandering, okay, meandering or oxbow lake, you know that rivers tend to move like this. Okay, this is the meandering of rivers. When there is more meandering, at some point the course of river changes. Instead of going in this way, the course of river might change sometimes. As a result, what it leads to is cutting up of this part of the region, or cutting up of this part of the river, and this part of the river in turn forms what you can say is Oxbow Lake. Okay, this is called as Oxbow Lake. Okay, this is comes under physical geography. Okay, and especially the geography. Here, meandering of Gandak river did not form Kanwar Lake, but Kanwar Lake is itself a oxbow lake, but the river is not Gandak. The Kanwar Lake was formed by cut off meander of an old channel of Bhuri Gandak river. Okay, similar to this one, Buri Gandak River is a tributary of main Gandak River. So you can say that the Gandak River did not form Kanwar Lake, instead it was the Buri Gandak which created Kanwar Lake. So the statement 3 is incorrect. Okay, so see, this is how UPSC is playing trick, and UPSC is trying to go deep into geography. So you have to know like deep knowledge with respect to geography. In this question, if you either know or you don't know. So and here the elimination method also doesn't work here because of this type of statements. Okay, now second question here is, consider the following pairs. Pairs is ports and what it is well known for. So port 1 is Kamarajar Port, well known for first major port in India registered as a company. Second, Mundra Port, largest privately owned port in India. Visakhapatnam, largest container port in India. So we will see the correct answer is B. Only 2 are correct. That is first one, Kamarajar Port, which is also known as Ennore Port, is the first major port of India registered as a company and is the only corporatized major port in India. Therefore, pair 1 is correctly matched. Okay, so you might have heard about Ennore oil spill. Ennore oil spill. Okay, a container which was carrying natural gas and petroleum, it had an accident off the coast of Ennore. Okay, initially they thought this is nothing big and they shoved it off, but later they found that many of the fishes were dying and many of the like bird life, many of the animal life were suffering from diseases, and they later came to know that the oil which was spilled in the river, or sorry, the oil that was spilled in the ocean had come to the banks of Ennore and has resulted in a black kind of texture, which is resulting in death of rivers, like death of fishes and other animals here. Okay, that is another current affairs issue. Okay, so therefore part 1 is pair 1 is matched here. It was declared as the 12th major port of India in March 1999 and incorporated as Ennore Port Limited under Companies Act of 1956 in October 1999. So it is located on the Coromandel coast, about 24 km north of Chennai Port, Tamil Nadu. And then Mundra Port. Second statement is also correct. Mundra Port is India's largest commercial port, which is located on the northern shores of Gulf of Kutch near Mundra, which is Kutch district present in Gujarat. It is owned and operated by Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited. Okay, Adani company is under heavy fire because of US's Department of Justice allegations about bribery and etc. That is the current affairs. Keep going to that current affairs. Maybe some outcomes will be coming out of it. So there may be questions regarding to any content related to Adani's in the coming prelims. Okay, and which is also part of Adani Group. So it was established in 1998 as a private sector port and became operational in 2001. It handles various types of cargo such as containers, bulk, brake bulk, liquid, chemicals, automobiles, etc. Hence, pair 2 is also correct. Third statement is wrong because Visakhapatnam, which is present and located on the east coast of Andhra Pradesh, is not the largest container port. It is one of the oldest and largest major ports of India, handling various types of cargo such as iron ore, coal, petroleum, and fertilizers. Okay, but contains extra. But the largest container port of India is Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, which is located in Mumbai in Maharashtra. And statement or pair 3 is not correctly matched. So the correct answer is B, only 2. Okay, this part, it comes under economic geography. Okay, important ports, etc. You might be studying them in your static geography, but you might not study it in so deeply that it is the largest container port, it is owned by private, etc., etc. Such as some trivial facts which you should be knowing from now on. Okay, then there are only 13 major ports in India, so you should have an idea about all the 13 major ports and which is only one privately owned, that is presently Adani Port. Okay, and you should know which is the largest container, we should know which is the offshore based port, which is the inshore port, etc., etc. Then consider the following trees: jackfruit, mahua, teak. How many of the above are deciduous trees? Okay, statement correct answer is B only, because jackfruit is a evergreen forest, evergreen tree, and mahua and teak are tropical deciduous forest, tropical deciduous trees. So jackfruit are evergreen latex producing trees up to 25 meters that are native to India, Malaysia, that are spread in Sri Lanka, China, etc., etc. They are cultivated for the large fruits that can vary in shape and size for the timber and for the timber also. Next, mahua is a tropical deciduous fast growing tree and home to Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Maharashtra. So it is a deciduous tree. And then teak, it is a tropical hardwood tree and it is deciduous in nature. It is native to South and Southeast Asia, but it is also cultivated in many other regions. Teak wood is valued for its durability, water resistance, and is used for various purposes such as boat building, furniture, chairs, etc. etc. Okay, so the correct answer is B only, except jackfruit, other two was deciduous trees. Third one, consider the following statements. It is India has more arable area than China. It is again economic geography part. Proportion of irrigated areas more in India compared to China. The average productivity per hectare in India, like Indian agriculture, is higher than China. Here you can use a bit of common sense. Okay, India has a more arable land than China. This is tricky because in terms of geographical area, China is way bigger than India. Okay, China is way bigger than India. So you might think that China has a more arable land, but you must know that China is covered by mostly mountains and Tibetan plateau and desert. Okay, so most of its population and most of the cultivable area is present at the coast of China. Okay, interior of China is mostly like barren lands. Okay, so instead of being larger in geographical area, India has more arable land than China. Okay, so first statement is correct. Second statement, proportion of irrigated area is more in India compared to China. Okay, now use your common sense here. Okay, which country has a more highly mechanized agriculture? It is obviously China. So which like irrigation is a part of mechanized agriculture, so obviously China is going to have higher part of its like land as a irrigated area. So this statement becomes right. Third one is, so this statement is wrong because China has more irrigated area compared to this one, and the average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher than China. Okay, what is productivity? Productivity in the sense what the input you are getting, like what input you are putting and how much output you are getting. That is the productivity. So here also it depends on the mechanization. Okay, so mechanization, obviously China will be greater than India. So this statement, average productivity per hectare in India, is lesser than China. So this statement is also wrong. So the correct answer is only one, that is one only. So here arable land can be used, the arable land is the land that can be used for growing crops. So according to World Population Review, India has 156 million hectares, whereas China, which is 47% of total India, total land area, whereas China only has 119.5 million hectares of arable land. Okay, which is about 12% of its total land area. Only 12% of its total land area is arable, meaning it can be cultivated. So statement one is correct. Statement two, China's irrigated crop land is about 52% of total crop land, around half of the arable land. This is one of the highest proportions of irrigated land in the world. India, on the other hand, high proportion of irrigated land at about 30%. This is also high, but compared to China, it is less. In agriculture, productivity is measured by yield per unit area of land, which is the amount of crop produced per hectare of acre. Okay, you can define like this also. Average productivity of hectare in agriculture is 2.4 tons of rice and 3 tons of wheat. Okay, so per hectare, you can get 2.4 tons of rice or 3 tons of wheat. That is the productivity in India. While in China, it is around 6.7 tons of rice and 5 tons of wheat. So obviously, productivity is higher in China. Okay. Then, question number 35. Which of the following is the best example of repeated falls in sea level giving rise to present-day extensive marshland? A. Bhitarkanika mangroves, Marakkanam salt pans, Napuda swamp, and Run of Kutch. The correct answer here is Run of Kutch. Okay, Run of Kutch is also called as a remnant of Tethys Sea. Okay, remnant of Tethys Sea. There is a huge, if you learn about plate tectonics, you should know about there is a huge sea between Eurasian land and Gondwana land. If this was Eurasian, this was Gondwana. In between them, there was a sea called as Tethys Sea. Tethys Sea. So after India shifted its course and it started like pushing up to the northern hemisphere, like Eurasian continent, it formed like Himalayas, etc., etc. In that, it whatever the river was, like whatever the ocean was there in between India and the Eurasian continent, it got submerged under India as the Indian subcontinent, and it resulted in Run of Kutch. That is why it is called as remnant of Tethys Sea. So here, Run of Kutch is a large salt marsh located in the Thar district desert of Gujarat in India. The present day Kutch shoreline and the sand dune deposition in the result of hundreds of years of rainless years around 5000 years ago. And then due to these severe climatic conditions, the sea level fell, leading to the formation of dunes along the coastline. The correct answer is D. Okay, and then another is economic geography question. Ilmenite and rutile, which are abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India, are rich sources of which of the following? Okay, aluminium, copper, iron, titanium. So try to guess here. Aluminium, copper, iron. You might have heard about these ores. Okay, you might have heard about these ores, iron ore, copper ore, etc., etc. You might have heard about like which are the ores of this one. So which is different from these one? That is titanium. You can guess there and you can try to have a guess. If you don't know about illuminate, if you don't know about rutile, you might not have heard about titanium also. Okay, so that way you can connect these things, because normally the ores of these three elements which are commonly available, these three minerals which are commonly available, you might know the names of those ores. Okay, names of those ores. But if there is certain ore name which is different from general, this may be ore of something which you don't know commonly. Okay. So India is endowed with large resources of heavy minerals which occur mainly along the coastal stretches of the country. Heavy mineral sands comprise a group of 7 minerals, that is ilmenite, leucoxene, rutile, zircon, sillimanite, and garnet and monazite. Okay, ilmenite FeOTiO2 and rutile are the two of the chief mineral resources of titanium. So D is correct. Okay, then another economic geography and map based question. About 3/4 of what's cobalt, a metal required for manufacturing of batteries for electric motor, is produced by. These kind of questions you should know. These should be like you either know or you don't know. They should be present in your news, daily news. So just make a note of these things. UPSC is repeatedly asking these kind of questions. In 2024, sorry, 2023, this question has been asked. In 2024, there is a question about which of the following countries are famous or are the largest producers of cocoa. Okay, so these kind of questions, initially what we thought of, these are very basic, these are fact-based questions. UPSC is not asking fact-based question, it is focusing on analytical questions. But now UPSC is tracking back to these kind of questions. So whenever you read like this, the largest coffee producing country, or largest iron found, largest shale reserves in the world, largest cobalt reserves in the world, or largest coal producing country, like these kind of things, try to have a knowledge about it. So the correct answer is C, that is Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, so according to the report, DRC, that is Democratic Republic of Congo, is by far the world's largest producer of cobalt, amounting roughly 70% of global production. Hence C is correct. Then question number 38. Which one of the following is part of Congo Basin? Okay, Congo Basin is the basin drained by River Congo. It is the west flowing river in, okay, if this is Africa, it is a west flowing river in African region. Okay, it drains into Atlantic Ocean. So you have to see, they are asking is which one of the following is part of Congo Basin. So options are Cameroon, Nigeria, South Sudan, and Uganda. Okay, so if you have a brief idea about mapping of Nigeria, Africa, you should know that South Sudan, it is in northern part, whereas Uganda, it is also in northern part, and the Nigeria, it's in the eastern part here in Sahel region. So the only correct answer here is Cameroon. Okay, so the Congo Basin spans across 6 countries: Cameroon, Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon. Okay, so just for a image perspective, if you want to see, this is okay Nigeria, then there is this is the Congo River, and this is the basin: Gabon, Cameroon, Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda is next to this one. It is not drained by Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda. These are all the countries which are not drained by River Congo. Okay, so this is the River Congo Basin in the world map. Okay, then moving back to the discussion. Question number 39. Consider the following statements. Again, Indian geography question. Amarkantak hills are at the confluence of Vindhya and Sahyadri ranges. Biligiri Rangana hills constitutes the easternmost part of Satpura range. Sheshachalam hills constitute the southernmost part of Western Ghats. Okay, so if you have any basic idea about mountain ranges of India, you should be able to easily answer this question. So now we'll draw a map of India. So this is suppose the map of India. Like for our discussion, this map is enough for us. So first question is asking about Amarkantak Hills. Where is Amarkantak? It is present in the confluence between Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Okay, and it is asking Vindhya and Satpura, like Sahyadri ranges. We know that Vindhya runs like this, and there is Satpura ranges. Okay, in between there is Narmada river. Okay, so they are asking actually Amarkantak is at the confluence of Vindhya and Satpura, but they are saying is not Satpura but Sahyadri. Where is Sahyadri? Sahyadri is another name for Western Ghats. So this is Western Ghats. Okay, Western Ghats is Sahyadri. Sahyadri is another name for Western Ghats in Maharashtra region. Okay, so where is the connection between Vindhya and Maharashtra or Sahyadri region? So statement 1 is wrong. Second one is Biligiri Rangana Hills constitutes the easternmost of Satpura range. Okay, where is Satpura? Central India. Where is Biligiri Rangana Betta or Biligiri Rangana Hills? It is one of the famous tourist destination of Karnataka. So there is no connection. So this statement is also wrong. Then Sheshachalam Hills constitute the southernmost part of Western Ghats. If you have read anything about hills or Eastern Ghats, you should know that Sheshachalam Hills are present in the Eastern Ghats. Okay, Eastern Ghats. So this statement is also wrong. Constitutes southernmost part of Western Ghats. Actually, southernmost part of Western Ghats is the like Cardamom Hills. Okay, Cardamom Hills, and the easternmost part of or extension of Western Ghats and or confluence of Eastern Ghats is Nilgiri Hills. Okay, so if you had any basic idea about mountain ranges of Karnataka, so mountain ranges of India, you could have easily answered this one. Okay, so the correct answer here is D, none of the above. Okay, so the explanation is similar to what I already told. Then economic geography again. With reference to India's projects on connectivity, consider the following statements. East-West corridor under Golden Quadrilateral project connects Dibrugarh to Surat. Okay, trilateral highway connects Moreh in Manipur to Chiang Mai in Thailand in Myanmar. Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor connects Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh with Kunming of China. So the correct answer is D, none of the above, because East-West corridor. Okay, if this is India, there are two corridors: East-West corridor, North-South corridor, and then there is Golden Quadrilateral. Okay, there are Golden Quadrilateral. These are the chief highway projects in India, connectivity projects. So East-West corridor, East and West corridor connects. It doesn't connect whatever is mentioned here. It is connecting Silchar and Porbandar. Where is Silchar? Silchar is in Assam. Okay, and then Silchar is in like central India, and there is Porbandar. Porbandar is in Gujarat, which is the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, and then India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway connects three countries from Moreh in India to Mae-Sot in Thailand and Bagan in Myanmar. Okay, so here it is Myanmar and this is Thailand. Okay, this is the Myanmar, this is Thailand, and this is India. Moreh is in Manipur. It is also called as gateway to Southeast India, which is a passway. Gateway to Southeast India. If you have any idea about passes of India, okay, mountain pass of India, you should be guessing this one. Moreh in India connects to Mae-Sot in Thailand, and it connects to Bagan in Myanmar. Okay, and finally BCAM is a corridor proposed to link Kunming in China's Yunnan province with the Kolkata, passing through nodes such as Mandalay in Myanmar, Dhaka in Bangladesh, and before heading back to Kolkata. So all the statements are incorrect. Okay, it is not connecting Uttar Pradesh. Okay, where is Uttar Pradesh? Where is China and other countries? Okay, so it is not connecting those things. And question number 71. How many of the above mentioned countries share border with Ukraine, land border with Ukraine? So the correct answer is only 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are some 6 countries given, and they want to they want you to tell which of the above countries share border with Ukraine, because Ukraine was in news because of Russia-Ukraine war or Russian invasion of Ukraine, whatever it may be. So you have to know about the basic mapping skills here. So the correct answer is only 2. Those are, okay, if this is Ukraine, okay, if this is Ukraine obviously shares border with Russia. It shares with Belarus, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Moldova, like these countries. So the incorrect answer is Bulgaria is not sharing, Turkey is not sharing, Georgia is not sharing. So only countries they are like sharing the borders here are Romania and Hungary. Okay, all these things, other countries, Lithuania, Latvia, Czech Republic, like these countries are not sharing border with Ukraine. Okay, and then there is uh, Black Sea. I will just give you a trick to remember literal countries of Black Sea. This is Black Sea, literal countries of Black Sea. You can remember with the shortcut or acronym, that is Burger T. Okay, or T burger. What is B? Bulgaria. What is U? Ukraine. R? Russia. G? Georgia. Another R? Romania. And T? Turkey. These are the literal countries of Black Sea. Okay, so I will take a special class in coming days, and I will try to give you all the acronyms for these kind of things. There is acronym for remembering the like literal countries of different seas. There is acronym for remembering different countries belonging to different groupings, such as G20, groupings of ASEAN, groupings of Southeast Asia, BIMSTEC. Okay, and that will be discussing in another class. For now, this is your daily dose of acronyms. Then 72, question number 72, it deals with physical geography again, that is Earth's atmosphere. With reference to Earth's atmosphere, which one of the following statement is correct? The total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly 10 times of that received in the poles. The infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. Infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. Infrared waves are part of visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves and solar radiation. Okay, so the correct answer is C, because infrared waves are not part of visible spectrum, because you cannot see infrared waves. If you could see infrared waves, then it comes under like visible spectrum, and they do not constitute 2/3 of insolation. It is very less than that. 2/3 is very high. Okay, so 66.6% is not constituted by this one, and total amount of insolation is higher compared to poles, but it is not 10 times, it is less. So this disproportionately is higher on here. The explanation is Earth's surface receives most of its energy in the short wavelengths. Okay, the energy received by Earth is known as incoming solar radiation, which is short term called as insolation. The atmosphere is largely transparent to short wave solar radiation. Okay, the incoming solar radiation passes through the atmosphere before striking the Earth's surface. Within the troposphere, water vapor, ozone, and gases absorb much of the near infrared radiation. So the correct answer is C here. Okay, and 73, about soil formation, again physical geography. Statement 1, the soil in tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. Statement number 2, the high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforest causes dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly. Okay, the statement here is D. Statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct, because soil in tropical forest are not rich in nutrients. Because of higher rainfall, it leaches away important nutrients. Okay, it leaches away important topsoils of the tropical rainforest soil. So that is why D is correct. Contrary to the belief that all the vegetation, warmth and moisture that in the soil must be very rich, the soil in tropical rainforest is in fact very poor. So statement 1 is correct. High temperature and moisture of tropical rainforest causes dead organic matter in the soil to decompose more quickly, yes, than the other climates, thus releasing and losing its nutrients rapidly. Okay, they decompose early, and most of the air is like, so most of the water is topsoil is leached away by the rainfall. The high volume of rain in tropical rainforest washes nutrients out of the soil more quickly than other climates, and statement 2 is correct. Then question number 14, again physical geography. The temperature contrast between continents and oceans is greater during summer than winter. Okay, the specific heat of the water is more than the land surface. Statement 2 is correct, but statement 1 is incorrect, because the specific heat of property of a substance which determines the change in temperature of substance when a given quantity of heat is absorbed by it. The temperature contrast between continents and oceans is greater during the summers than winter, because land heats up faster than the water. Okay, during summers land heats up faster and it loses its heat faster again. Okay, so there is more contrast in summer time compared to winter time. Okay, So land and heat or water heat up and cool down at a different rates, that is known as specific heat. In summer, land heats up faster due to higher temperature than water, resulting in the greater temperature difference. For places with relatively well-defined seasons like India and Northern Europe, this will mean a large differential. This will mean a large difference in water and land temperature, especially during the late spring, early summer, and late autumn or early winter. And statement 2 is correct. Okay. Then consider the following statements. In a seismograph, P waves are recorded earlier than S waves. This is the basic given knowledge about earthquake waves. Then in P waves, the individual particles vibrate to and fro in the direction of wave propagation, whereas S waves, the particles vibrate up and down the right angles to direction of the wave propagation. So here it is, both 1 and 2 are correct. Okay. So when an earthquake occurs, there are two main types of waves release, P waves and S waves. Like statement is correct. As S wave have greater amplitude, P waves have the P waves. The two groups are easily distinguishable on the seismograph. Seismic P waves are also called as compression as longitudinal waves. Okay, longitudinal waves. They are compressed and expand the ground back and forth. That is to and from action in the travel. Okay, they will move like this. Okay, and the particle motion is parallel to the direction of propagation. Okay, if the motion is here, particle motion is parallel to this thing. And S waves in earthquake are examples of transfer waves. Okay, transfer waves are an example of sound waves also. Transfer waves, particle displacement is particular to the direction of wave propagation. If the wave is propagating in this way, particle movement is in perpendicular to this one. These particles do not move along the way; they simply oscillate up and down about their individual equilibrium positions, and passes by. Pick a single particle and watch it in motion. Okay, hence statement 2 is correct. Next, last question. With reference to coal-based thermal power plants in India, consider the following statements. None of them use the seawater. None of them is set up in water stress district. None of them is privately owned. So correct answer is D, because all the statements uses completely extreme statements. You can guess these kind of questions. Okay, none of them uses seawater. That is okay. There can be any, even if you don't have any idea about which particular, even if you don't idea about the particular coal power plant which uses the seawater, you can guess that there can be some coal power plants which can use seawater, and none of them is set up in water district. Okay, there are water state districts in most of India. Okay, there can be any chance, there can be a minute chance that there can be a coal plant set up in water district. Okay, none of them is privately owned. Okay, because India has opposed 1992 liberalization. It has allowed privatization in most of the critical structures, critical infrastructure also, critical industry also. So there can be chances that it can be privately owned. So all the statements are wrong. Now, okay. So according to given figures, clear that coal-based thermal plants in India use seawater also. Hence statement is not correct. And water stress consume matter amounts. So hence statement is 2 is correct. Statement 2 is also incorrect. Adani Power Limited is largest private owned thermal plants. So Adani has a largest private owned thermal plant producer. So it is a privately owned also. So statement number 3 is also incorrect. Okay. So the correct answer is D. Okay, here water stress consumes massive amounts. 48% of existing coal fields are located in water scarce districts such as Nagpur, Chandrapur, Raichur, Korba, Barmer, Baran, Khamman, Kottaguman, etc., etc. So there are coal power plants which are present in water stress or water scarce districts also. Okay, so this is the discussion for today's news analysis. So we discussed all the 16 questions related to geography. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding this one, if you have any suggestions for me, you can write in the comment box. And if you gained anything out of this video, please hit the like button. Also comment on it and share with your friends. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind.